Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Chisom Uchendu. Today I'll be showing you how to convert children basic bodies to a dress or a gown, a simple gown. I have draft. This is size 2. This is for a child of 6. So this is size 2. This is size 2. And I've cut this out. So this is the basic neck width, but I have adjusted it to what I want. So this is the neck width that I want. The same applicable to this one. This is the basic neck width, but this is the neck width that I want. So that is why you are seeing double lines here. I have adjusted it to the neck width or the neck depth that I want. So to begin, I've cut this out so that I can actually place it and add what I need to add. This is size 2 basic bodice for a child of 6 and small child of 7. So I've marked out 1 inch out here. I hope you can see it. 1 inch. So that I'll just place this here. So let me begin by taping it down. So I will make sure this gets to the edge of paper, and on the 1 cm on the 1 cm 1 inch that I've marked. This is 1 inch. Then I'll tape it down. 1 inch, I'll tape it down. Tape it down. Remember that here and here are not the same. Here I came down by 2 cm, so here is 1 cm. Remember this is size 2. So I will tape this. I'll tape this down. Then it's for me to have accurate measurement. I've marked out the value of this here, so I will continue this line down for accuracy. I will continue down. So that I'll have what I have here with what I have over there. So next, I will input my shoulder to, that's MP to hip, 47 cm. So my MP to hip is 47 cm. So I'll mark from MP, from this original MP, from here, I will mark MP to the hip. I will put MP to the hip measurement. So and it's 47 cm. So from here, from MP, from this O, I will mark 47. That will be for the hip, but that will be the hip point or hip line. So I will comment. So this is hip. This is hip line. Next is to mark the full length of this dress. So the full length of this dress is 81 cm. So from MP, I'll mark 81 cm. 81 cm. That is the full length of this dress. So 81 cm. So 81 cm is the full length of this dress. So this is the full length. So what I've added to this is the hip level, so the hip line, and the full length of this dress. So here I will input my hip measurement was 6 cm. So now to have ease at the hip, you will do half hip plus 6 cm is the hip is 72, half is 36 plus 6 cm, which is 42. So 42 divided by 2. 42 divided by 2 for the half of this is 21. So let me repeat myself. You input your hip measurement and you need to add ease to the hip measurement. So I'm going to add 6 cm to hip measurement to half hip. So half hip, the hip is 72. The hip measurement is 72 and half is 36 plus 6 cm, which is 42 divided by 2 for half block is 21. I'll repeat myself. The hip measurement is 72. So you divide 72 by 2, that is half of this because of this front and back. So hip measurement, ideally I'm drafting down to the hip, you're supposed to use your hip measurement for 6 cm. So now I've separated this out. So it will be hip measurement was 6 cm, which is 42. You then divide the 42 into 2 for this, for the front and back. You give 21 to this, 21 to this. I hope I'm understood. Or you can as well do 36 divided by 2 plus 3 cm. 36 divided by 2 is 18. If I'm right. 18 plus 3 cm, 21 cm. So whichever way. So I will mark my 21 on this. Let me extend this time. So 21 is my hip measurement, so I'll mark 21. Then down this, I want this dress not to be fitted. I don't want it to be fitted. Let me take this off. I don't want it to be fitted. If you're seeing what we are doing, this is HP, hip point. So I want this to have a kind of A-line shape down. So I'll mark the 21 first, which is the hip measurement, down. Then I want to add 1 inch to it so that I'll have small fray. Then I'll connect to the hip point. So I'm going to add 1 inch. Now let me add 1.5. So from this, I'll add 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. So it will have, then on this 1.5, I'll come up by, okay, let me lift that one. Then I'll connect this to this using a straight line. You connect using a straight line. You connect the hip point to the hem. So it's looking like this, and on this point we come out by ½ inch, that is 0.5 inch, ½ inch or 2.5 cm, ½ inch, then connect to this so that you will not have a pointed edge. So I'm connecting to, I'm keeping my scale at 40. Here I like accuracy, so I'm connecting to the point of the midpoint. You get the midpoint of this hem, then connect to this. So the midpoint is, this is 9.8, midpoint is 4.9, 4.9 here. So you connect because of the style of dress that I'm making. So this is 31. Keeping my scale. So this is so you don't have, then I'll connect this MP to the hip point. Children don't have hip, so I'll use the straight part of this so it won't be curvy and also I'll connect with the straight part of this. So this is it. This is how to connect your, this is how to convert your basic bodice to a dress. Hope you can see it. So let's quickly go to the back. This is the next cut out. So this is how to convert your basic bodies to a dress. So now I'm going to show you how to convert the back bodice to a dress too. So this is the back. I'm going to show you back too. So the back I have done, this is neck width I want for the back and cut. So here I've marked out 1 inch. I've marked out 1 inch here. So for accuracy, I'll keep this here, making sure it's at the edge of the paper. I'm making sure this waist point touches this. So this waist point is here, so I will just tape it down. I'll not mind this side, so I'll tape this down, making sure that your WP is on this 1 inch that I've marked. It mustn't be 1 inch, you can mark anything you want, just want this to be accurate. Then from there I will mark my hip level. So waist to hip is 15 cm, 15.5 cm. Now first of all, I have to continue this side too. I'll continue this line. I'll continue the line down. I've marked the value of the lines. I'll continue the lines down. So from here, I'll mark waist to hip, and waist to hip is 15.5. Mark 15.5. 15.5. Then so then waist to full length is 49.5. So I'll mark 49.5. 49.5. 49.5. And I'll look across. I'll do. This is hip line or hip level. Then this is hem or full length. Let me use hem here. This is the hem. So I'll mark the value of the hip was 3 cm as we have calculated earlier. So it's 21 cm. So the hip measurement is hip 21 cm. 21 cm. 21 cm. Then I'll still mark the value of the hip. The value of the hip on the hem level is 21. From there, I'll add 1.5 cm because I want to have a flay effects down. I want it to be this. I'll mark 1.5 from here. So it's not so 1.5. Then I'll connect hip to the hem using a straight line. Then here I'll use the straight part of this because this is a child, don't have hip, and connect to this 1 cm in. So I'll connect to this 1 cm. So this is it. Then for the hem level, I'll just go up by 1/2 inch, connect to the midpoint of this. Just for accuracy, just connect, adjust it so that this space will not be covered. Then we'll cut. This wasn't covering this, so this is what I did. I marked the hip point. From waist to hip point is 15.5, so I marked the hip level. Then from waist to the hem, then I went up by 0.5 inch and connect to the midpoint. So this is how to convert this to a dress. So let's cut out. Let's cut out. So basically, this is how to convert your basic bodice to a dress. Watch, this is it. And this is the back. I will cut out the neck when I'm through designing. I just want to show you this. See, I'll cut out this too. I'll cut this piece out. I'll cut this out when I'm through. Then this is the front too. This is CF. CP. So this is it. So this is it. I will cut this out. I'll cut it out. I've cut that of the front. Then I will cut the neck when I'm through. Then this is it. Thank you for staying with me. Please forget to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, leave a comment for me, share, help me share. Thank you so much. So hello, this is another method of converting children basic body to a dress. So now I actually know that I'm making a gown, so this is the bodice here. So I just have to use the hip, just have to add the hip measurement, then extend it to the hem. So this is how I converted this basic bodice to a gown. This, if this gown is going to have a slit at the back, you will just go ahead and sew it this way. But it's not going to have a slit at the back, and I still want to add fullness and add, let me show you. I'll add pepper. Just go ahead and add pepper by the side, then connect to the waist. So connect to the hip. Watch, I'll just add pepper. From the hip. Let me tape it down. So I'll tape it down. I'll just go ahead and add the 1.5 cm that I want to add. 1.5 cm. 1.5. Then connect to the hip. Connect to the hip. So this is the 1.5. I'll just connect to the hip, and that's all. Connect to the hip. So I've just converted this to, okay, here, 1.5 inch. Then so I just extended this. This is the basic bodice. I just extended it and added this to it because I used the hip measurement while drafting this. So, and I used the full measurement. It will be the same for the front bodice. So here at the side too, I'll add pepper. I'll add pepper to the hip. Tape it down. Tape this down. Add my 1.5. 1.5. Then connect to the hip. connect to the hip. Then here, go up by 1, by 0, depending on what you want to do. I'm using 0.5, and as usual, get the midpoint and connect. Basically, this is it. This is different. I did not join at the waist. I just continued mark my waist to hip. After constructing the basic bodice, I just extended it to the hip and the hem. So because I don't have enough paper here, after the construction, I added this 1.5. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Thank you so much for staying with me.